Black Clover has finally commenced Judgment Day, and Lucius has also recruited some characters that we would have never expected, but I'm gonna be covering that later. So if you could use every ounce of mana you have on that like button, I'd greatly appreciate that. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, as you would expect, this chapter starts off with Judgment Day. We get to see Lucius and his comrades as he says Judgment Day has arrived, and then we see the Clover Kingdom here as the Magic Knight captains are assembling. Assemble! So each group is now in place. They've evacuated all of the citizens into the noble realm, and they fortified the perimeter. They even alerted the neighboring countries, so of course they could have a fighting chance at defending themselves. So it seems as though they couldn't find any trace of Lucius during that time they had to prep. So their only choice was to wait for the enemy. So yeah, they pretty much were sitting ducks this whole time. Luckily, Lucius held up to his word and actually waited the amount of time he said, because he could have just lied and then attacked a couple of days earlier and caught them off guard.
Today I got time, cuz.
But yeah, as we see here, all their troops are now gathered around the country to protect it. Every single one of the Magic Knights. So it looks like this battle wasn't going to begin without us having another awkward interaction between Charlotte and Yami. She decided to use this time to apologize for avoiding him. She says she'll set aside her personal feelings during the battle and fulfill her duty, and that's all she wanted to say. And Yami's just like, well, what was with that? Nobody's worried about that kind of stuff. You'll always be my comrade on the battlefield. And then he invites her out to grab a drink after the battle, but it doesn't seem as though that she's really into alcohol, so he decides to go out for something like a cup of tea instead.
W-Riz.
So I guess we know what Yami is going to be up to after the battle's over, if they win, of course. And Jack here is just itching for the battle to just start already. He's like, I'm dying to rip you to shreds. And just like clockwork, Lucius shows up on a dime. And obviously he didn't show up alone. He showed up with some new comrades. In fact, none other than Morgan Faust. What's crazy is Jack actually mistakes him for Noct until the realization settles in. But before he could even put his finger on what it was, this dude straight up gets blitzed and one-shotted in less than like 0.0001 seconds, like straight insanity. And it looks like he was using light magic here, and yeah, I guess Jack is done for already. Now, I wasn't aware that Morgan used light magic, although I do gotta say that horn formation does look familiar. I'm not sure as to what devil Lucius gave to Morgan, but it's actually insane that he just straight up demolished Jack that casually. Like, that was a straight no diff. He doesn't even acknowledge it either, because he sees Yami there and he just greets him as it's been a long time. The battle really hasn't even started yet. They already lost the Magic Knight captain. That's insane. Damn. And of course, Lucius brought Morris back to life. We know that, although it looks like he has a different ability now. Before Lucifero manifested, we knew who was one of the hosts for Lucifero, but this definitely looks different. I'm not sure if this is another devil or not, but considering he has horns and that he's a paladin now, he's definitely a host of a different devil now. So it seems as though Morris is going to go up against Mario Leona and Fuegoleon.
Beef for real.
I don't know how big of an amp he has gotten from Lucius, but to take on both Mario Leona and Fuegoleon, that's gonna be tough. I mean, taking on either one of them solo would be quite the feat, so definitely I'm curious to see how he does, but I'm assuming he might have people on his side to help him. Now, this was quite a crazy reveal here, as we see the Silva family, and they're just all in shock, as we see here that Aesir is now alive again, and she's been turned into a paladin, as she says, I never would have expected to be fighting all of you like this. Now, she's still using the magic that she used to have, but she does look a bit different here, because obviously she's a paladin now. I see the horns on her head, so I know she has been given a devil host, although I'm not too sure which she would be compatible with. But as we remember, she used a metal magic similar to Nozel. But yeah, that's quite crazy how they're battling each other after all the stuff they went through defeating Megicula. That's crazy. So the sky here is being split open with rays of light shining down, and the citizens are noticing this as they kind of make out angel looking figures in the sky. And it seems as though there's a flock of birds flying around. Not sure if they're part of Lucius's army or if that's kind of like an artistic portrayal here. But yeah, as we can see, the entire Clover Kingdom will have a clear sky pretty soon. And we're at the end of the chapter here, as Lucius says, now then, let us grace this world with happiness.
I smell cap.
So yeah, Judgment Day is finally here. And I'm not sure how many paladins Lucius plans to expend here in the Clover Kingdom, knowing that he plans to take over the entire world. But I do gotta say, for the Clover Kingdom, he's definitely picked out his bunch. Considering what Morgan has already done in like the 0.5 seconds he's been on screen just now, it's safe to say that he's probably going to be able to take on multiple Magic Knight captains as well as some other Magic Knights as well.
Today I got time, cuz.
And knowing Aesir, what she was capable of while she was alive, I mean, she was regarded as one of the strongest Magic Knights and was next in line to become the Wizard King when she was alive. So it's safe to say that with her newfound Paladin power, she's definitely going to be able to take on multiple Magic Knight captains as well. The thing is though, Morris during the Spade Kingdom invasion arc wasn't too impressive. He was taken out quite casually by the Black Bulls. Granted, the Black Bulls had some pretty good amps that arc, but I can't just help but feel that Morris's power is a bit underwhelming. I don't know, he does seem to have some newfound power now that he's a Paladin, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what type of feats he portrays. But I do gotta say, Lucius, Aesir, and Morgan are definitely going to be carrying on that side of things, at least as far as we know. But then again, they haven't revealed his entire squad yet. There might be a lot more plans he sets out on the Clover Kingdom. But we also can't forget that he's also probably going to attack the Heart and Spade Kingdoms as well. Now I do also got to say the stakes in this arc are much higher, because as soon as Lucius declared Judgment Day, we already see one of the Magic Knight captains taken out almost instantaneously. And we know Asta's still in the Land of the Sun right now. The Black Bulls are still looking for him, and the Magic Knights have yet to make an attack, so the battle has just begun and we're already losing numbers. That's quite insane. This is definitely going to be a much more devastating battle than the one in the Spade Kingdom invasion arc, or versus Lucifero as well, considering they already lost a Magic Knight captain.
The pressure is getting worse.
And I know I've said that several times, that kind of sounds like a broken record, but just the sheer weight of that happening almost instantaneously as the battle took off, that's pretty much going to set the pace for the rest of the battle, I'd assume. But yeah, Judgment Day has been set off with a bang. Well, if you made it this far, I appreciate you sticking around. If you could whip out your grimoire and use your mana on that like button, I'd greatly appreciate that. Consider subscribing as well, you'll enjoy it here, I promise. Well, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.